As the present administration in Nigeria continues to steer the nation through the many challenges that beset the nation, where do we draw the line between politics and governance? Welcome to Question Time. I'm Benga Ashiru. As the ministerial nominees concluded what some consider the most controversial and intriguing screening at the Senate, many Nigerians are yet to put a finger on what has been described as an intense power play and horse trading. How do we explain the politics of using the Senate standing rules against the nation's constitution? As the PDP senators stage a symbolic walkout from the Red Chamber, what implication has this realignment called the politics of convenience by some observers in the coming days? Perhaps what this portends for Nigerians may be more disturbing than how the Senate president plays his game after falling out with a party that supported his ascension to office. In trying to unravel some of these poses, Channels TV met with a pastor of Latter Rain Assembly and a one-time running mate of President Muhammadu Buhari. On the president's statement that Nigeria is broke, Pastor Tunde Bakare says, our leader must be ready to serve the nation rather than nursing a desire or ambition to plunder the nation's resources. Now, let's start by asking you, how do you feel watching your former political ally tearing the affairs of this nation? Would you say he's playing according to the plan and draft you both had for this nation?
My answer to that question would be, that was then, this is now. There are new realities and probably new realignments that's been done. But if I know President Buhari very well, as much as I think I do know him, he will not do anything that will bring his reputation into disrepute. And so, I do not think the manifesto of CPC and that of APC are the same because of the somewhat, call it merger, whatever it is. So, it's not on all four, but I don't think it should be different substantially.
Now, based on your strong political alliance with with the president during his previous race to power, it's expected that you should be playing a frontline role in this dispensation. Where does this current scheme of things leave you?
You know, there are people who need positions and titles to function. I'm not sure you've ever seen your pilot anytime, except he comes out to greet you. When you're in the engine room, you're not seen. So you don't have to be in the forefront to make things happen. You can be behind the scene and be making things happen. And I'm not saying I'm either in the front or in the engine room. I'm just telling you, you don't need to be in those frontline positions, photo opportunity positions, so that the world will know you are doing something. I'm not sure you have seen the signature of God on Atlantic Ocean, and yet it's there. He created it. You won't see his photograph in front of Kilimanjaro or Mount Everest, and yet God created it. The Yoruba says, Obata Orita Rishawe, the invisible God whose attributes are seen by the things that are seen. And so I like to be in the background and be doing my best and contributing my quota to national development.
Now, some are of the opinion that some of the challenges within the ruling party, coming back to the affairs within the ruling party now, might be a setback for the president, for this administration to hit the ground running. What's your opinion?
Well, I've heard all kinds of things about the president hitting the ground sitting or hitting the ground crawling, but I think his approach has been slow and steady wins the race. I will encourage Nigerians to be a little bit more patient and to give him chance. But I don't think the president also would take that as meaning forever. I don't know what problems you think are in the party. Some of them might be obvious to you and they may not be obvious to me. If you're newly married, for example, if you have not known your wife forever, like in those days when they can bring your wife to you and say, this is your wife, you will have to get to know your wife and she will have to get to know a husband. And some of these people will think, as strange bedfellows, I've been in the same terrain for a long time, and there have been some discussions along the line of merger or alliance before this time. And I think water is finding its level.
Are you worried about those people who feel that they've seen more of politicking than governance in this administration?
I'm not worried at all because I don't lose my sleep over such nomenclature. The power of the PVC will remind any person that the incumbency is no longer a factor in winning an election in Nigeria. And so, why worry my head about things that I cannot immediately fix? Worry does not rob you of your strength, of your sorrow. It only robs you of your strength. Worry is the interest you pay on a loan you have not taken. So I'm not taking any loan. I'm a Nigerian. I will contribute my quota to public discourse, and I will contribute my quota even behind the scene. But being worried, not at all. Is there governance? Is there just politicking? I will leave that for commentators to pass the comment. I think the president is doing his best. Whether his best is good enough for Nigerians or not, time will tell.
You can also be a part of this conversation by sending us your comments on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. Coming up on Question Time, is the president's team list really worth the wait?